Hello, and welcome to another episode of Medicare Musings. It is now September 2024. The year has come and gone so quickly, just a few months left, and it is our busiest season as Medicare people.
Yeah.
So buckle up. We are here to make sure you have all the resources for AEP and give you some quick refreshers, tips, information like that, so that you will be ready for next month. I am Ashley Shvetsova, a sales relationship manager here at Leclerc, specializing in Medicare, and I am joined by the big guns. We have Sarah, our director of training, and we have Omar, our director of Medicare. They are going to talk a ton with you today about all of the different pieces that are going into AEP and why it's important to be prepared. Thank you, guys.
Of course.
Pleasure.
Thank you for having us. I think, since we've loaded everybody in here, you can tell that this year is a little different than most. Every AEP is important to reach out to your clients, make sure they're on the right plan, et cetera. But this one is definitely going to be a little bit different. We've talked about this a lot over the last few months to prepare you, but just to kind of summarize the changes and why this AEP is a little bit more wild. They have been a lot of changes, legislations, regulations, et cetera. The 2025 CMS final rule put a lot of different requirements on carriers. And then continuing the Inflation Reduction Act, some of those rollouts has put a $2,000 cap on the client portion of the prescription drug plans. So all of these things are good. I think, government legislation is really making sure that seniors are protected, are getting the healthcare plans they need, but any sort of change is going to create a little bit of an uproar in the field. So I think what we're looking at is just going to be kind of carriers across the board, really looking at their plans, making changes to benefits, networks, premiums, et cetera. So that means your clients are going to have to take a look at that. But we're aware that this is going to be a busy AEP for you. We've been trying to prepare you for the last few months, and this is just a continuation of that. So you are as ready as possible when the doors open on October 15th. We truly believe that with these big changes comes big opportunities, and we want you to be ready so that you can seize those opportunities. So here's your checklist for the month. I know last month, Omar and Ashley talked a little bit about ANOC meetings. So we really think that an ANOC meeting, a lot of the tips and tricks we're talking about are just ways to use your time more efficiently to reach out to as many clients as possible. So we just wanted to quickly revisit ANOC meetings. And Omar, can you tell us a little bit about how those can help?
Yes, absolutely. So as a refresher, ANOC meetings are the annual notice of change. So those meetings will be with your current clients. And that annual notice of change normally is going from the carrier. It gets sent out to your client at the end of September. So a good thing to remember is if a client calls you right before October 1st, so maybe it's the last day of September and wants to start talking about plans for next year, hold the phone.
Hang up on them.
Yeah. But
Bad reception.
say, hey, let's get a meeting on the books and after October 1st, and then you can kind of freely talk about the plans. But you may have a large book, and for people that may be with the same carrier and with similar plans, and you may want to go ahead and meet with them in a group. So this is all about efficiency. So during this time, since we're so busy, we want to make sure that you can meet and talk to as many clients as possible. So one of the ways to do that is in a group setting. And when you're talking with them, this can only be for clients that are with the same carrier, only one carrier at a time. And you can talk about those changes, what's coming up. And then during that time, some of these clients may say, okay, I got the information I need. I don't need to meet with you. Again, I'm going to stick with the plan I'm on. Or they may see the changes and may say, oh, you know what, that doesn't fit my needs anymore. So we need to meet one-on-one. So you're really kind of weeding out who is it that you need to spend a little extra time with. And hopefully, there's a large group that will just be satisfied at that point and kind of move on with their plan.
And so every year the carriers are required to send out these ANOC notices, and you can do ANOC meetings every year. This year in particular, there will be more changes. So in the past, it could be like, oh yeah, I took a look. There's one pharmacy that's no longer in network. But this year, you might need to do a few more ANOC meetings just because the changes will be more extensive. We want to make sure that we're providing you with some value. So some best practices and tips. We realize that time is precious. So you can do these meetings in person, which do have their benefits. You see them face to face, but you can also you can record these, send them out via email. You can do these as a webinar. So if you have any questions, if you've never done the ANOC meetings before and want to this year, we have a lot of options for you. And make sure you lean on those resources. Your carrier partners are going to be able to help you out with this as well. Contact us. We can get you in touch with them. They could either host those meetings, they could provide materials, references, resources. Everyone wants you to succeed. We're all in this together. So if you are having any sort of questions, just reach out and we can help you with it. There are a lot of other tips and tricks we have, AEP resources. Ashley, what are some of the common questions that you get from agents this time of year?
Can you tell me if I've completed all of my trainings and my certifications? Unfortunately, I cannot tell you those things. They are specific to you as your agent. They are specific to your logins, everything like that. You will have to go into each of those portals and verify that you have a check mark or a 100%. If you're not seeing something in the portal, you're not sure where to look, you can always reach out to those carriers as well. All of those support numbers that they have for agents are great at answering that sort of question. I get lots of phone calls on who are my contacts for over at those carriers. I'm happy to help you with any of that information. There's always those primary sales lines, but in certain situations or more specifics, if you're looking for that type of information, I do have our own resources on this side that I'd be happy to share with you and make sure that you get that information that you're looking for. I would say another great one I get asked all the time is, where do I update my banking information? This is super key during AEP because we want to make sure you're actually getting paid. So reach out. We can help get you those documents. If you are being paid from us here at LeClaire, if you're being paid by the carrier themselves, unfortunately, I'm going to redirect you to that portal again or to those support lines. Those are not ones I can assist with. And then I would say the other primary piece I get questions on is, what's my password? How do I log into this? I can get you links to where you need to log in, but I can't give you the actual login information because that'll be specific to whatever you have created. So while I can help you get there, I can't do the actual process for you. But those are probably the ones I run into the most when it comes to requests as a sales relationship manager during AEP. Other great helpful information or tips would be to make sure that you have your clients' updated information, how to contact them, preferred communications, their prescriptions, their drugs, their doctors, the whole shebang, scope of appointment forms, all of that, gather that ahead of time so that you're ready when it is time to actually write the application. Speaking of writing applications, this is all about submitting those applications and how are you going to submit them. Some people are still pretty set in their old ways where we're doing a lot of paper apps. I've seen a big shift the last couple of years here where they're really moving to electronics. So make sure that if you are going to attempt electronic, or maybe you haven't written in a little while and you need a refresher, that you get in there ahead of AEP to make sure you know how to quote and enroll in that application on their websites or where to send it, fax, email, carrier pigeon, whichever it be. Last but not least, and the one that I think all of us kind of just assume happens, but make sure that you're stocked up in your office with your supplies that you need, whether that be printer paper, ink, water bottles for your clients, refreshers or snacks for you when you're spending long nights there, that sort of thing. Some Advil on hand.
Right.
And we don't want to scare anybody. I think it's just knowing that a lot of your mental energy is going to be towards these changes. It's a lot of new things coming at you. So if we can help you on more of the admin side, some things you might not have thought of, we just want to make sure we're making your lives as easy as possible so you can help as many clients as possible. And we realize that as much as we want to, we can't always answer the phone at all times. So we have put a lot of our education and resources online. On our Benji portal, we record, a lot of monthly webinars that we do. All of our Medicare connector training, which is nice because let's say you just wanted a refresher, have Omar walk you through how to do the applications, the profiles, or if you wanted something more specific. I know our Plan Smart feature training is on there. So we want to make sure that however you want to receive the information, we can get it to you. And if you want to follow us on social media, once we start those events again, hear how everyone's doing, emerging from the cave, make sure you follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, and on LinkedIn. And we know you might have some questions. We are here to answer those. You can always reach out to us directly, Ashley Shvetsova, Omar Flores Cordero, Sarah Korsch, our names, some dots in there at leclercgroup.com. But you can also always call our main line and then sales@leclercgroup.com. So many ways to get a hold of us. And just send a carrier pigeon, smoke signal, all of those. But we truly are here, looking out for you, looking out for your clients, and want to make this the best AEP possible.
Thank you and have a beautiful day.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.